If you print on an adhesive-backed PEI sheet, at some point you'll probably have to replace it. Here's how I get the job done. As you can see, my PEI sheet has a few holes and nicks in it. This sheet has probably been through thousands and thousands of hours of print time. It's time to replace it. First thing we'll do is power the printer on and bring the Z-axis all the way to the top. This will give us room to work. Now we can power the printer back off. Start by lifting the corner of the sheet with a razor. Once you have enough exposed, grab it with some pliers and start to peel it back. If you're having a hard time getting the sheet off, try heating the bed up to 100 C. But be careful, 100 C is pretty hot. Now that the old PEI sheet is off, we'll turn the printer off and let it cool down. Now that the printer's cool, grab a bunch of paper towels and put it around the printer. We don't want to get any kind of solvent on the important printer parts. I'm going to start with acetone to dissolve the adhesive. I'll put some paper towels on the print bed, as flat as I possibly can, then pour some acetone on top and let it soak through. Let that set for about 30 minutes. After the acetone is set for about 30 minutes, we'll pull the paper towels off and we'll work the rest of the adhesive off with either a credit card or a plastic scraper. You don't want to use metal tools on the PCB, you might damage it. After you've got most of the adhesive scraped off, put some acetone on a paper towel and clean up anything that's left over. Mind the edges where it likes to ball up. Now that we're done with the acetone, we'll use rubbing alcohol to clean up the acetone. Try to get rid of as much of the paper towel dust as possible. Maybe some canned air might help. Now that the dirty work's done, now's a great time to go clean off your hands and get rid of that excess glue. When applying the new sheet, you want to keep the bed as clean as possible. Try not to touch the bed. I'm using a replacement PEI sheet from Prusa Research that fits this bed exactly. When the sheet is lined up correctly, it will go through the center of all the bottom numbers. Start by peeling the adhesive backing off of one corner. You have to get this right the first time. Line up the X and Y axis of the bed to make sure everything goes on square. Stick down the first corner, working from the corner in. Find something soft to help you work the air bubbles out as you go through. I've found just using the stack of Post-its works well. Gradually peel back the adhesive backing and work the sheet onto the bed. After the sheet is on, continue working the sheet down with something soft but rigid. I'm just going to put some paper towels on my scraper. Don't push too hard or you'll break through the paper towel and nick the bed surface. If there's any excess PEI hanging over the bed, you can trim it with a razor. It might not look as pretty as it does from the factory, but it's stuck nice and tight and it'll work. I suggest turning the printer on and doing an auto calibration just to be safe in case anything changed. And that's it. Now you have a nice new PEI sheet to print on. Again, be careful when doing this process. When using acetone, it must be well ventilated, use gloves, and it will melt 3D printed parts. Depending on how patient you were during the acetone soaking period, you might have to reapply some acetone to get all the adhesive off. Also be careful around a heated bed. It can burn you. Don't use metal tools on your PCB. It could damage it. And when you're applying the new sheet, keep things as clean as possible, go slowly, and don't introduce any air bubbles. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you liked it, please consider giving it a thumbs up or subscribing to my channel. If not, leave your thoughts below, and thanks for watching.